866-923-9235 and pay zero down, zero interest for 2 years. 866-923-9235. See the future clearly. CBS Tonight. One survivor has a huge advantage. It's the golden ticket. But is he ready to use it?
I have schemes brewing.
New CBS Tonight.
Now, this portion of the news is brought to you by Strategic Tax Lawyers. And with
Breaking news now on KNX 1070 News Radio.
the breaking news involving a recall. Here's Frank. Ford Motor Company announcing it's recalling, nearly 600,000 vehicles for 4 separate problems today, including possible broken bolts that can make steering more difficult. Looks like some other issues, including door latches, faulty door latches on some of the vehicles. Looks like 2012, 2014 Ford Fiesta impacted by this, 2013 and 14 Ford Fusion, and the 2013, 2014 Lincoln MKZ. The number 2 automaker saying it's recalling no total loss of steering would occur. The problem could increase the risk of a crash, however. If you have one of these vehicles, you're asked to contact Ford to get it fixed. Taking a look at where we stand right now with the market, slipping into reverse here right now with the Dow down 31 points, NASDAQ down 14, the S&P 500 down 5. The Fed is wrapping up a 2-day policy setting meeting. The statement will come out around 11 o'clock this morning. Of course, we'll be on it big. We'll take a close look at the statement, the assessment of the economy, any clues on where interest rates go from here, and complete coverage after the closing bell at 1 on the KNX Business Hour. The economy barely grew in the first 3 months of this year based on the GDP report we got today, up just 0.2%. Oil popping today at more than $1 right now. New highs for the year, above $58 a barrel. Money News, 10:40 past the hour. Frank Mutek, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Had an earlier problem in 134 headed into Burbank. We're going to check on that coming up in your traffic on the 5. Next, KNX News Time, 8:11.
Attention business owners and individuals with tax problems. Listen carefully. If you owe the IRS a small amount of money, you do not need to hire an attorney for help. You can call the IRS yourself and resolve your problem. But if you have a complex tax matter where you owe a large amount of taxes for personal or business, or have several years of unfiled tax returns and have received notices or even a visit from the IRS, you need to hire the absolute best. Call Strategic Tax Lawyers at 877-310-9800. Strategic Tax Lawyers is an experienced tax law firm headquartered in Santa Monica and run by a former IRS tax attorney. Don't get ripped off by tax relief companies that promise the world and deliver nothing. If the law firm can't help, they will at least point you in the right direction. Read their 5-star reviews at mytaxattorney.com. That's mytaxattorney.com. Or call 877-310-9800. 877-310-9800. This message has been brought to you by Attorney Jeffrey Jacobs.
In a park full of pigeons, be the glittery flamingo. Become the proud polka dot in a parade of pinstripes. To stand out brilliantly, create head-turning business cards with Moo.com. Our range of high-quality cards, top-notch paper, and exclusive design templates make it easy to create a business card as memorable as you. Fly free from the pigeons. Stand out with Moo.com. Plus, save 25% on all printed products when you order by Wednesday, April 29th. So head over to Moo.com.
Turf Terminators is the only company that will replace your lawn with a California-friendly, drought-tolerant garden for free. If you're hurting from high water or lawn care bills, worried about fines, or just tired of unsightly brown grass, contact Turf Terminators. Customers can save thousands of dollars per year and help conserve water during one of the worst droughts on record by having Turf Terminators replace their lawn. Visit turfterminators.com to get started today. They do the rest of the work for you, and it's free. That's turfterminators.com.
CSLB license number 992766.
Did you get your assets kicked by the '08 recession? If so, the next one's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. If you're fed up with getting only 2 to 3% return on your CD, money market, or bond fund, here's a way to earn 10 to 12% with no market risk of any kind. Call 800-788-1000. Reliant Capital. They'll explain how you can get the returns Warren Buffett's been earning for years, 10 to 12%. And it's eligible for an IRA or 401k rollover. Reliant Capital. Call 800-788-1000 for your free brochure.
Will you outlive your money? Will your savings or investments earn you enough to retire? If you're only getting 2 to 3% return on your money market, CD, or bond fund.
On the table that night. You know those little guys at the end? Diego takes it. Yeah. Guys represent today. Nice job.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got a Battle of Sexes Champion certificate. Download as a PDF, printed, hang it on your wall with pride.
I will do it. Oh, yes, I will definitely do it. Yes.
Plus, a $500 Daniel Jewelers gift card that will take care of you over there. This Mother's Day, make her diamond dreams come true with a gift from Daniel's Jewelers. For their 70 locations, visit danielsjewelers.com. A fantastic jeweler, and they'll take care of you.
Awesome, thank you.
$500 worth of diamonds for your mom for Mother's Day. That's a heck of a gift.
Oh, yeah.
Congratulations.
Are you going to give it to your mom?
Thank you. Well, she's going to be out of the country.
Oh, that's right. She's going to be out of the country at the time.
So maybe the girlfriend might appreciate it.
There you go, Diego. Careful when you give a girlfriend diamonds. Suddenly, the title changes.
Yep.
Be ready for that. All right, Diego, congratulations.
My FM. Traffic is next.
We have a community mailbox that's just down the street from our house. And quite often, you know, I have the mailbox key in the car, and I'll stop on the way home. I just pull the car over and stop and get the mail. What I've started doing, and it's inspired by Molina Healthcare and Walk Up Wednesday, I go home, park my car, and then me and Colin, we go down and get the mail together.
You take the dog?
Yeah, sometimes. Yeah, she's older. Doesn't always want to
Can't go that far.
Not really, no. Thanks for bringing it up. Walk Up Wednesday is an awesome idea with Molina Healthcare. It's your chance to take the stairs every Wednesday. And you can take the pledge and say, I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it. And you can do that at 1043myfm.com, keyword Molina, or walkupwednesday.com. When you do, you get registered for an awesome lunch delivered to your office. We could be showing up with some really, really good food, and everybody's going to be happy. Start taking the stairs today. Walk Up Wednesday. These few steps can make such a big difference in a healthier you. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard. Trying to get healthy can be difficult. Walk Up Wednesday is your start.
So they did cancel the signal alert on the 210 freeway eastbound side just before you get to Myrtle. That stalled Big Rig finally out of the way, but the drive unfortunately has to recover from Rosemead Boulevard. And the westbound side of the 210 still seeing delays as you come away from Sunflower into Pasadena. That crash on the 134 is really tying up the drive now eastbound side just before you get to the 5. I'll give you more details on that. First, the support brought to you by Dryers. Call it rich, call it creamy, just don't call it ice cream. It's a different kind of delicious to share with your whole family. New extra thick and creamy frozen custard from Dryers. Proudly made in California. So eastbound side of the 134 right at the 5 carpool, and now 2 left lanes are shut down. That drive is jammed as you come away from the 101-170 split. The westbound side of the 134 is slow as you come out of Pasadena from the 210 split. That stays busy over towards the 5. Unfortunately, there's not really a good alternate that can save you any time along that entire stretch of the 134. If you want to try Verdugo or Alameda, that might save you a little bit of time. Forest Lawn is kind of busy just south of the 134, so it's going to be a tough one there as you're getting through that area. Route saving time traffic line, if you know of any other alternate to get around that, 888-500-5003. And southbound side of the 405 freeway just before Skirball Center, they're trying to get a hit and run crash off to the right shoulder. Heavy delays there from Nordoff. It stays slow to Sunset. And that's your traffic from the Hopewell SoCal Honda Traffic Center. I'm Tony Jordan, 1043 My FM.
Experience The Simpsons like never before. 1043 My FM.
This Friday, your family is invited to our private party at Universal Studios Hollywood. VIP access to Moe's Tavern, Quickie Mart, and everything that downtown Springfield has to offer.
It's going to be awesome.
Plus, face heart-pounding rides, shows, and attractions.
Super excited.
Keep listening to win your way in.
To the 1043 My FM, Universal Studios Hollywood Takeover.
From your Southern California Nissan dealers, shop ChooseNissan.com for great offers on the most exciting lineup ever.
Hey, my name's Sam, and I'm a butcher at Albertsons. Yep, a real old-fashioned butcher. You know, a lot of stores just have that puny pre-packaged beef. But at Albertsons, you have guys like me custom cutting beef just the way you want it. Plus, Albertsons has USDA choice beef, which is melt in your mouth good. Personally, I wouldn't put anything else on my family's table, but I'm kind of a stickler about beef, as you probably imagine. USDA choice beef. Come and get it at Albertsons.
Now through Tuesday, our fresh, all-natural, boneless, skinless chicken breasts or thighs are just $1.88 per pound. Fresh and delicious large mangoes are only 3 for 99 cents. Plus, find cool savings on this family favorite. Select varieties of 4 to 6 ounce Yoplait yogurt are 10 for only $4 when you buy 10 in a single transaction. Albertsons, you're in for something fresh.
This report brought to you by Ralph's.
Sunny skies today and a high of 94 in El Monte. In Tustin, expect a high of 92.
Stop by your neighborhood Ralph's today for that special Mother's Day gift. You'll find beautiful private selection roses as well as greeting cards, delicious chocolates, and more. Show her just how much you care. Happy Mother's Day from Ralph's.
All of us have suggestions on what you could give your mom for Mother's Day. But when you think about how much your mom has done for you all of these years, don't you want her to have a day to relax and relieve all the stress in her life? It's Jill, and Massage Envy Spa wants to help take care of your mom on her special day. That's why they're offering Mother's Day spa packages for under $100. And not only do you get a 1-hour therapeutic massage session, which is great, you also get a 1-hour healthy skin facial session as well. So you can pay your mom back for all the love she's shown you, and you can spoil her for a change. Give mom the gift of relaxation. With over 100 locations throughout Southern California, convenient hours, including nights and weekends, scheduling is easy. Just visit massageenvy.com and click locations to find a clinic near you. And hurry in and pick up a gift for mom that she won't forget. And while you're at it, visit your neighborhood clinic and schedule your massage or facial session today. Offer not valid online. See participating clinic for details.
Hey guys, it's Amy P again with your Hollywood Beat, and tonight it's all about Idol's Top 5. Have you seen these kids? They are crazy talented. They will take a song you love, totally change it up, and make you love it more. Insane! And they all...
Servant leadership are the pillars on which the college is founded.
Ameline to the rim with the right hand for the lead. It's good. Oh no, they wipe it away. Offensive goaltending. I don't believe it.
The NBA gods can be cruel. Brian Seaman on the Beast 980. Clippers fall 111-107 to fall behind 3-2 in the series. Game 6 tomorrow in San Antonio. NASCAR sponsor GoDaddy has cut off their sponsorship for driver Danica Patrick. Actually, they kind of like her. They want to sponsor her in kind of a private agreement situation, but they don't want to sponsor her car anymore in NASCAR. And reports in Atlanta say former golf great Calvin Peete has passed away. The best black golfer in the pros before Tiger Woods arrived on the scene. Won a dozen tournaments in the 70s and 80s. Calvin Peete dead at the age of 71. Sports 20 and 50 minutes past each hour. Randy Trudon, KNX 1070 News Radio.
I always hoped my children would grow up to practice the values I taught them. 20 years ago, when my son asked for help starting a company, I invested in those values.
We've lent over $1 billion to local families with...
Baltimore streets were quiet last night. That's a great story. There's kind of a strange story out of this. We've reported it a few times this morning, but if you're a baseball fan, Dodger, Angel fans, imagine this for a second. The Orioles will play today at home versus the White Sox, but it's closed to the public. The stadium will be empty for the first time in Major League Baseball history. Fascinating. It really is. It's very surreal, but yes, very fascinating. Google and Facebook are helping people find and contact their loved ones in Nepal. Facebook has a safety check feature, and Google has a person finder tool. They've activated those. These sad realities that stories such as this tragedy are part of our news cycle for a period of time and then no more. But for those of you personally affected by this with family and friends that are there, you remain in our thoughts, of course. Now on to a somewhat trivial story that's making us laugh in the studio today. Selfie sticks. We had a whole conversation about selfie sticks. Do you like them? Do you not like them? They're being banned all over the place. Stadiums, concerts, people are banning selfie sticks left and right. So people naturally have to come up with a different idea than the selfie stick. And on this quote-unquote lonely planet that we live on, there's now the selfie arm. It's basically a prosthetic limb that you're shaking hands with or holding hands, and it goes up, halfway up the arm, I guess, and then that's where the camera goes. So it looks like you're holding somebody's arm in every photo you take, so you've never taken a vacation alone. You always have somebody.
That's better than having a stick in your picture. It's good to have this hand and this arm.
It's a prosthetic arm that you have to check in your baggage when you go to the airport or something.
You carry an arm around with you everywhere you go.
You're the guy carrying an arm.
Have you seen how big our purses are these days? It could fit in a purse.
By the way, it's just this white arm with like a suit jacket or something on it. Yeah, what's that arm do in your purse? So like everybody vacations with this one white guy. That's what it's going to be. They have to get different colors, skin tones. He travels all over the place.
I like it.
I think it's the silliest thing ever. We'll get a picture and post it up for you in a couple seconds here, but it's the selfie arm.
This is my heartbeat song.
May 8th and May 9th in Vegas. 1-800-782-7987. A little bit of loneliness, a little bit of disregard,
And so many people listening to us right now really get that. And the question that it becomes is, in your own family, I'm assuming, you probably have to figure out where's the money going to come from, because if she lives many, many more years, we have to find a place where she is going to be comfortable, where we can feel comfortable in our own to take care of her the way we want to.
Right, and without alternatives for people to obtain long-term care, the aging middle class today, they have to decide whether they're going to spend down their assets in order to qualify for Medi-Cal, or are they going to exhaust their personal assets to try and pay for private care services? And that's a very tough decision to make.
We've heard that since the recession, that funding for care programs in California for Alzheimer's patients and caregivers was decimated. In the state of New York, lawmakers there recently allocated $50 million over the next 2 years to care for those people, Alzheimer's patients and caregivers. I think that you would say perhaps among some lawmakers there is the will to do something about this problem, but is there the money? Is there the will to allocate the money in California?
You know, I do believe that the will is there. The only problem is that, you know, because of the recession, there were so many programs that were decimated. And now everybody is coming back to Sacramento, and rightfully so, asking for that support. So while we are in better times in terms of our fiscal stability, that would be a difficult decision. So we need to come up with creative ways in order to encourage other alternatives for people to afford this long-term care. And I think that with AB 332 and setting up this long-term care task force really puts us in a position to find viable alternatives. Also, you know, specific to the private sector, not just having to rely on the public sector, because our revenues are also volatile. So while we may be able to give revenue now, that's not to say we're not going to hit another recession and have to cut that funding, and that is also very harmful in the long run as well.
All right, Assemblyman, we'll stay in touch on this as we watch your legislation there in Sacramento. Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you.
You had Ian Calderon there with us. You know, I was just thinking about this. If every lawmaker in Sacramento was in the same situation that Assemblyman Calderon is in, that would pass in a second. That's the reality.
Yep.
Let's take a look at what's happening in traffic right now. We're brought to you by Account Temps, and here's Jen.
5 northbound, Southern Orange County, Oso Parkway. 5 north, Oso Parkway. We've got Woodbury across all lanes. Speaking of the 5, let's go to Scufford, in 1070. Over.
Looking at the Santa Ana freeway here. North 5, no problems to warn you about, but slowing starting around Rosecrans through the Norwalk area. Looks like slowing on and off up through the 710 toward East LA. Southbound actually looks pretty good through the city of Commerce.
All right, Jen, Scott's going to go take a look at the 2 south and the 110 south. 2, I can tell you right now, heavy from before the 134, really tough down to the 5. The 5 has been tough all morning long. Let's go to Jeff Baugh. He's in the northern end of the valley over the 5 freeway in there, 1070.
All right, some big problems now. This could throw you all off your schedule if you're South 5 coming down the New Hall Pass. At a bad spot, right at the 405-5 split, the 3 right lanes are blocked. Persons hurt, fire departments here, and a lot going on. Now, you can go to both freeways, but it's backed up solid. Now, if you use Balboa, that will help you down to the 118 or San Fernando Road. South of this, of course, things are pretty good.
And east side of the 134, Jeff was over this earlier at Victory, which is right before the Golden State. Wow, bad crash there. They cleared it to the right shoulder, but really affected your drive on that eastbound 134. It's backed up onto the 101, and that's heavy out of Woodland Hills. So I would say probably 20-25 miles of slowing there on that eastbound Ventura this morning. Do you need accounting and finance professionals for long-term or recurring projects? Well, if you would prefer the same professional to handle your project through its duration, the Account Temps Salary Professional Service may be the right solution for you. Learn more at AccountTemps.com. Account Temps, a Robert Half company. Traffic and weather to get on the 5s. Our next report at 8:35 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 and CBSLA.com.
Another hot day in Southern California, back to the 90s today across much of the area. The beach is probably staying in the high 70s. Tomorrow, maybe just a little bit cooler. Currently, downtown Los Angeles has 65, and Huntington Beach this morning, it's 68 degrees.
Rumors are true. Charter Business is now Spectrum Business, and they're changing the game for businesses here in LA. You know, with the new Spectrum Business Internet, your business will have unbelievably fast 60 meg internet for just $39.99 a month. And with the new Spectrum Business Voice, your business benefits from over 30 business calling features and unlimited long distance for only $29.99 a month for each line. That's double the phone features compared to the phone company. Best of all, Spectrum Business has 0 contracts to sign, no hidden fees or taxes. So when I say internet is $39.99, phone is $29.99, guess what the price you will have to pay is? Exactly that, $39.99 and $29.99. You want faster internet and more advanced phone for less? Don't wait. Call Spectrum Business today at 855-FAST-001. You'll increase
productivity and save money too. Faster internet, advanced phone for less. Where do I sign? Call 855-FAST-001. Switch to Spectrum Business today. That number again is 855-FAST-001. 855-3278-001.
Okay, everyone. Mother's Day is next week. Do you know what you're getting for your mom? If you're looking for the perfect idea, check out this amazing deal from Sherry's Berries. Right now, you can get their famous freshly dipped gourmet berries starting at $19.99. I was so excited to see this deal because Sherry's Berries have become a huge tradition in my family on special occasions. I mean, we all love them. You have never seen dipped berries like these. They're giant and so fresh and juicy and chocolatey, and they're covered in delicious toppings like chocolate chips and chopped nuts. And right now, they're starting at $19.99. That's amazing. Plus, you can pick your delivery date, and the berries are guaranteed to arrive fresh, beautiful, and delicious. I know my mom is going to be super excited when she gets her Sherry's Berries, and I bet your mom will be excited too. Hurry, because Mother's Day is next week, and this incredible deal ends this Friday. The only way to get this super sweet deal is to go to berries.com, click the microphone in the upper right corner, and enter special code 4444. That's berries.com, special code 4444.
Well, the News Watch never stops. Always live and local. This is KNX 1070 News Radio.
Good morning, I'm Dick Hill.
And I'm Vicki Moore. Some of our top stories.
The criminal case against lumber liquidators.
A recall affecting more than 500,000 cars, plus Brown gets tougher on greenhouse gases.
It's Wednesday, April 29th. Here's what's happening at 8:30.
Lumber liquidators now says it is facing criminal charges, federal criminal charges, after the CBS 60 Minutes interview. Let's get more right now from our money man, Frank Motek.
That 60 Minutes report last month said lumber liquidators' laminate flooring made in China contained high levels of potentially cancer-causing formaldehyde. Lumber liquidators says it complies with all regulations for its products. Now, in a filing, Lumber Liquidators confirms the Justice Department is seeking criminal charges against it under something called the Lacey Act. Among other things, that's a law that bans trafficking in illegal wildlife, plants, and plant products, including timber. The law's been around since 1900, but was amended in 2008, making it the world's first ban on trade in illegally sourced wood products. In addition, Lumber Liquidators also says it's aware of more than 100 pending class action lawsuits against it related to the Chinese-made laminate flooring.
Stock for Lumber Liquidators started tumbling in pre-market trading. It's just been falling all morning. Where do we stand?
Let me bring up the latest quote. LL is the ticker symbol, down more than $6 now at 26 and change, a drop of 20%.
Frank Motek for us at the Money Desk.
Ford has a problem this morning, issuing a recall of about 600,000 cars here in North America. They have 4 separate problems, including possibly broken bolts that could make it hard for the driver to steer. More than 500,000 2013 through 2015 Fusion and Lincoln MKZs are being recalled for that problem. Somebody says it's not aware of any accidents or injuries as a result.
Let's head downtown to the Biltmore in downtown Los Angeles. KNX 1070's John Baer talking about the governor's executive order today, getting aggressive about greenhouse gas emissions.
Governor Brown's executive order establishes a California greenhouse gas reduction target of 40% below the 1990 levels by the year 2030. He wants to drastically reduce dangerous carbon emissions over the next decade or two. Now, the governor's order aligns California's target with those of leading international governments ahead of the UN Climate Change Conference in Paris later this year. The 28-nation European Union set the same target last October. The governor believes this has to be done to help generations in the future.
So it's a global effort, not just an effort here in California.
That's right, and in his inaugural address, he announced that within 15 years, California will increase from 1/3 to 50% our electricity coming from renewable sources and reduce petroleum use in cars and trucks by up to 50%. He continues to go farther down the same road.
John Baer to the Biltmore, where the governor is going to make his big announcement later today.
The president talking about Baltimore again today on the Steve Harvey Morning Show. The president calling on police to build up their relationship with the community, something he says applies beyond Baltimore.
We're not going to change this overnight, but we can make progress. But it requires all of us taking responsibility, not just some.
Hillary Clinton, who wants to be president, said the scene in Baltimore shows we have to confront some hard truths about race and justice.
From Ferguson to Staten Island to Baltimore, the patterns have become unmistakable.
and undeniable.
And the Orioles and White Sox playing Camden Yard with no fans.
You can't take those cops off the streets today and put them in a stadium. The optics would be terrible. It would just be incredibly tone deaf. It's just something you can't do.
That's from John Dillman in Baltimore. We talked to him earlier this morning.
Supreme Court hearing arguments over lethal injections used in executions. A group of Oklahoma death row inmates have said that it's cruel and unusual. CBS senior legal analyst Andrew Cohen says problems with the Oklahoma execution are front and center of this one.
The justices chose to take this case because of the botched execution last April of a man named Clayton Lockett, whose death was torturous, because Oklahoma's procedures didn't work and because the prison staff implementing them were chaotic in administering the drugs.
Challenge has forced officials in Oklahoma to find alternate methods for doing the executions. California's death penalty was declared unconstitutional by a federal judge last year. Got these problems up in Sylmar. Jeff Bond just sent us a picture. Did you see that, Dick?
I did.
Yes, it is not
good.
Too pretty there. KNX News Time 8:35.
Traffic and weather together on the Flash, brought to you by Mercedes-Benz dealers of Southern California. Here's Jeff.
And let's go to Jeff Bond, Air 1070 over the 5.
You bet indeed. If you are coming out of the New Hall Pass now, that's not looking good at all for you. A lot of brake lights. The problem is it's in a bad spot. It's right at the 5-405 split. The 3 right lanes are blocked here. Now, you can go to either freeway, but the backup is severe, except for the carpool lane. This is still looking pretty good. Now, if you're coming out of the pass, you need to get down to the 118. Southbound Balboa is good. If you know how to, and you get around to southbound San Fernando Road down to the 118, that's looking pretty good as well. South of this, speeds are good.
All right, let's go ahead and go to Scott Burton, Air 1070. Scotty.
Looked at the 134, 110, and the 2. First of all, that west 134 slow out of Eagle Rock over toward the 5. The south 2 slow off the 134 down to the 5, and that south 110 slowing from just about Avenue 52 into Elysian Park.
And 5 South has just been miserable as well. Once you get past all the accident site where Jeff is, it's also then again heavy from Sun Valley all the way down into East LA. Southbound side of the 170 very tough from Oxnard into the Cahuenga Pass. You get a bit of a break past Highland, only for it to load up again around Sunset down to the 4 level. And then if you transition then onto the 110, the Harbor Freeway, and take the Santa Monica Freeway out, it's just been miserable this morning. Both sides now, just solid red, east and westbound Santa Monica from basically the Culver City area around Overland all the way over to the Harbor Freeway. Traffic and weather together on the 5s. Our next report at 8:45 from your Southern California traffic leader, KNX 1070 at CBSLA.com.
Temperatures continuing to stay very warm over the next few days, 70s, 80s, and 90s through our inland valleys, at least through your Friday. And then by the weekend, we're cooling it down as that marine layer returns. We will see a return of the sea breeze, cooler temperatures with 60s and 70s. And same thing goes for the first part of next week. I'm CBS 2 meteorologist Evelyn Taft with your exclusive KNX 1070 News Radio forecast.
72 in Chatsworth right now, 63 East LA.
Night of unadult info or with questions about joining LA's most sexy secret club.
All right, so that's nominee number 3, the Marvel versus DC BDSM party. And ladies and gentlemen, your LA Craigslist Freak of the Week nominees.
Whoa.
I can hear that being like a commercial that they run for like other conventions.
Yeah.
On like those like phony sounding, conversation commercials where it's like, hey, Ravy, have you heard about the really cool lifestyle group that's hosting a Marvel DC theme party this weekend?
I have, Woody. Where else can you see Batman getting a mob party from the Hulk?
Their parties are awesome, with live stage shows, multiple private furnished rooms, and expert DJs.
I've seen Elektra receiving foot worship from the Joker.
Where else can you find that, right? How do I sign up?
Well, just reply with any questions.
And then all of a sudden, like the pukey announcer guy comes in. This weekend, sign up right now at DC versus Marvel BDSM Festival.
Sign up.
.com/weirdo. So there we go. That's LA Craigslist Freak of the Week. Your 3 nominees. Text your votes over right now to 22987. The voting is now officially open. And just by voting again, you're in the running to win either Hosier or Death Cab for Cutie tickets. Nominee number 1 is the guy looking for pictures of your whore. In exchange for pictures of his sexy pregnant girl, complete in her nursing bra. All right. It says he's not picky about what he sees from your girl, but he would love it if you would send one of your girlfriend on the toilet making it cynical. Text 1 over to